Reality bends and shapes itself according to the patterns held within your mind. These patterns are not formed by fleeting wishes or occasional desires, but by persistent assumption, the daily deliberate act of occupying the state of your fulfilled desire. Every assumption you make and sustain etches itself into the fabric of existence, compelling the seen world to match the unseen structure you have built within. The law of repeated assumption is simple yet absolute. That which you consistently assume to be true becomes your experience. Your world is not responding to your momentary thoughts. It is responding to the deep convictions you hold, the beliefs you nurture, and the assumptions you continually reinforce. To assume is to take possession. When you assume the lottery win is yours, you are not merely entertaining a possibility, you are claiming it as your reality now. You are mentally entering the state where the desire has already been fulfilled. From this position, you no longer seek or yearn. You simply live inwardly as the one who has already received. Every day you declare the lottery win is already mine, you are not just speaking words. You are laying bricks into a mental structure, an invisible temple of belief that reality must one day reflect. With each repetition, you strengthen the foundation, reinforce the walls, and complete the roof. The structure becomes so complete and sturdy that the world, being a mirror, has no choice but to reflect its image back to you. Persistence is the master key. Many falter because they allow appearances to shake their assumptions. When results do not come instantly, they abandon their state and revert to the old patterns of doubt and lack. But the one who understands this law stands firm. Regardless of what the senses report, he continues to affirm, to assume, and to occupy the fulfilled state. The outer world is slow to catch up, not because the law hesitates, but because you are reprogramming deeply embedded patterns. You are replacing old assumptions of failure, limitation, and scarcity with new assumptions of wealth, success, and abundance. This inner transformation takes place layer by layer, like carving new channels into the subconscious mind. Each declaration of the lottery win is already mine cuts deeper into the rock of consciousness until the new pattern is firmly established. Understand that repetition is not mechanical, it is creative. You are not chanting like one who begs for permission. You are assuming like one who knows their word is law. The repetition of your assumption impresses the subconscious with authority, making your desire a dominant state rather than a passing thought. Power lies not in how many times you say it, but in how deeply you feel it each time. One assumption made with conviction is worth more than 1,000 empty repetitions. As you persist, your assumption becomes so natural, so self-evident, that you no longer question its reality. It feels as though it has always been true. And then, without effort, the world shifts. Seemingly random events begin to align. Opportunities emerge. Circumstances change. People appear. The lottery numbers fall into perfect order, and what you have assumed inwardly becomes an undeniable fact outwardly. The world is not responding to chance, it is responding to your repeated assumption. Even after your desire has manifested, the principle remains. For all of life is governed by this law. If you wish to maintain your success, you continue to assume your wealth, your health, your happiness as ongoing realities. You live in a constant state of fulfillment, always choosing your assumptions with care and consciousness. The law of repeated assumption is the creative engine of your reality. You are its operator. Be vigilant, be persistent, assume the end boldly and continually, and reality will faithfully obey your command. The lottery win is already yours. Assume it daily, and so it shall be. One of the greatest challenges for the conscious creator is learning to detach from the deceptive evidence of the senses. The physical world seems so final, so absolute, yet it is nothing more than a reflection, a delayed echo of your past inner states. What you see before your eyes is not the truth of your present assumption, but the fading residue of old beliefs once held firmly within your consciousness. The senses report what has already been impressed upon the fabric of reality. They do not reveal what is currently being created. They show only what has already solidified. Therefore, to judge your progress by the appearance of current circumstances is to misunderstand the entire process of creation. You are not here to observe reality. You are here to command it. When you declare the lottery win is already mine, you are speaking into the unseen realm where all things are first formed. Though the outer world may still appear unchanged, though your bank account may remain the same for a time, though the winning numbers have not yet been announced, do not be swayed. The moment you speak in faith, the unseen gears of the universe begin to turn. The machinery of creation starts to move in ways beyond your comprehension, aligning people, events, and circumstances in perfect harmony with your declared state. This is why detachment is essential. You must learn to walk by faith, not by sight. Faith is the ability to rest in the unseen, knowing that what is real exists first in consciousness and only later becomes visible. To be attached to appearances is to live as a servant of the senses. To detach is to rule as the master of your reality. Do not make the mistake of constantly checking for evidence. The seed does not sprout because you dig it up daily to see if it has grown. It flourishes because you trust the process and allow the invisible forces of nature to do their work beneath the surface. So too with your assumption. Once planted, once spoken with conviction. In moments of doubt, remind yourself that the outer world is always behind your inner world. What you see now is simply the harvest of old assumptions. The new crop, planted by your recent declarations, is still in the process of emerging. Its arrival is certain, but its timing is governed by the natural law of gestation. Your task is not to question how long it will take, but to remain loyal to your assumption while it unfolds. There is great freedom in detachment. You are liberated from the emotional swings that plague those who live by sight. You no longer react to temporary appearances because you know they hold no true power. Instead, you hold your inner vision steady, affirming daily, the lottery win is already mine, regardless of what the world reports. Detachment is not indifference, it is mastery. It is the quiet confidence that what you have declared must come to pass, because the law cannot fail. It is the unwavering calm of one who knows that reality bends to the dominant assumption, not to momentary feelings or fleeting appearances. Even as the days pass, even if obstacles seem to arise, you remain unmoved. You understand that obstacles are often the rearrangement of conditions necessary for your desire to manifest. What may appear as delay is often preparation. What may seem like denial is merely the universe organizing itself for your benefit. In this state of detachment, you continue your inner work. You persist in your affirmations. You continue your imaginal acts. You nourish your assumption with faith and gratitude, knowing that the manifestation is inevitable. The physical world will soon catch up to your assumption. The lottery win will appear as surely as the sun rises, because you have withdrawn your attention from the distractions of appearance and remained anchored in the truth of your fulfilled desire. Detach from the visible world, rest in the unseen, speak your word in faith, and watch as the universe fulfills what you have already claimed. Gratitude is far more than polite courtesy. It is not simply the act of saying thank you for things already received. In the realm of creation, gratitude is the master key that seals your assumption and completes the bridge between the unseen and the seen. It is the final affirmation that moves desire from imagination into possession. When you give thanks for your lottery win as though it has already occurred, you are not fooling yourself. You are aligning yourself with the truth of your assumption. You are speaking to your subconscious mind in the language it understands, the language of completion. The subconscious does not differentiate between what is physically present and what is vividly imagined with feeling. It responds only to the emotional conviction carried within your gratitude. Gratitude declares, "It is done." It says to the unseen world, there is nothing left to desire, for the desire is already fulfilled. In this state, you release the tension of wanting, striving, and hoping. You no longer reach forward anxiously, but rest calmly in the satisfaction of already having received. This state of inner satisfaction is the soil in which manifestations blossom effortlessly. Many fail in their creations because they remain trapped in the energy of wanting. They repeat their affirmations but continue to feel lack. They visualize their desire but sense its absence. Yet when you enter gratitude, you shift into the energy of possession. You live emotionally in the result, not in the distance between you and your desire. Consider the feeling of having won the lottery. Visualize the moment the winning numbers are announced and they match your ticket. Feel the rush of joy, the disbelief turning into certainty, the overwhelming sense of relief and excitement. Now give thanks from that place, as if it has already happened. Whisper within yourself, "Thank you for my magnificent win. Thank you for this life-changing abundance. I am so grateful that the wealth is now mine." Each time you do this, you are impressing the subconscious with the vibration of fulfillment. You are reinforcing the assumption that the event has already occurred. This repeated emotional gratitude acts as nourishment to your seed of assumption, causing it to flourish and break through into your visible world. Gratitude also quiets the restless mind. When you live in thankfulness, doubt cannot take root. Fear loses its power because you no longer entertain the possibility of lack. You have chosen your reality and sealed it with gratitude. The mind naturally relaxes, allowing the subconscious to work freely and without interference. Furthermore, gratitude draws you into harmony with the larger creative force. You move in rhythm with the universal law that responds to your state of being. Gratitude keeps your consciousness elevated, your emotions light, and your attention fixed on the truth of your fulfilled desire. You need not force the outer world to comply. Your gratitude ensures that it must. The unseen gears continue to turn, orchestrating circumstances, aligning events, and drawing people into your experience who will play their part in the fulfillment of your assumption. Even as the days pass, remain anchored in gratitude. Resist the urge to question when or how the lottery win will arrive. That knowledge is unnecessary. Your part is to assume, to feel, to give thanks, and to trust. The unseen intelligence knows the perfect time and way for your manifestation to unfold. As you rise each morning, begin with gratitude. As you lie down each night, let your final thoughts be of thankfulness. Throughout your day, allow spontaneous moments of gratitude to rise within you, as if you have already received what you sought. Gratitude is not merely the end of the process, it is the power that completes and sustains it. It transforms desire into certainty, hope into possession, and thought into form. In gratitude, you declare to yourself, to your subconscious, and to the universe, "It is done." Therefore, give thanks daily. Live in the joyous certainty that your lottery win is already yours. And as surely as night turns into day, your reality will unfold to reflect the truth you have so faithfully affirmed. And so you now stand equipped with the great secret. The power is never outside of you. You possess the creative word, the authority to declare and command. You have learned to speak from the fulfilled state, not as one who hopes, but as one who knows. Your inner hearing has become the secret door through which your desire enters this world, and through repeated assumption you have carved a new destiny into the very fabric of reality. You have detached from the illusions of appearances, trusting that the unseen is more real than what the senses temporarily reveal. And finally, you have sealed your manifestation with gratitude, the highest expression of faith. the final evidence that what you sought is already yours. The lottery win is not something you are chasing. It exists now within your consciousness, ready to unfold at the appointed hour. Your task is complete. Remain faithful to your inner vision. Let no outer condition disturb your calm knowing. The unseen forces are at work rearranging the details of your world to bring forth your declared reality. Trust, persist, and rest in the joy of fulfilled desire. For what you claim with conviction in your inner world must, by law, become visible in your outer world. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through these timeless truths. May you walk boldly in your creative power, knowing that what you seek is already yours.